This is the plaintiff, Jeanette Hicks. She says she bought a leather sofa and love seat from the defendant, and after having it in her house for only 2 weeks, the fabric started bunching up and crimping. When she called to complain, the lady told her there was nothing she could do. Nothing she could do? We'll see about that, because she's suing here and now for the $1,000 she paid the thieves. This is the defendant, Lisa Monroe. She says the plaintiff's complaining that when she sits down on the sofa, the leather crimps. Well, that's just what happens when you sit on leather. Even Judge Million's leather chair crinkles when she sits on it, because that's the nature of the fabric. She tried to explain that to the uncooperative plaintiff and can't seem to get through to the woman. She's accused of making a lousy leather sale.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a love seat in the couch, started bunching up 2 weeks after purchase. But the defendant says that's what happens when you put your butt on leather. It's the case of sofa, not so good.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ms. Hicks, you are suing the furniture company. You've asked us not to mention the company's name, represented here by Ms. Monroe. What's your role in the company?
I'm co-owner.
Okay. For $1,000 that you paid them for a leather sofa and love seat that, according to you, isn't what you ordered. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, on May 3rd, I went to the defendant's furniture store to purchase a nice sofa love seat in the amount of $1,000. And he gave me a receipt paid in full for $1,000.
And then he delivered it when?
He delivered it on May 15.
And is the one that he delivered the one that was in the showroom?
No, the one he delivered me was the one I looked at in the showroom.
Yeah, but
Yes.
typically what happens is the showroom one is a model and then they order a new one for you. That's what you want. But you're not happy with the one that arrived at your house, and why?
Because 2 weeks later, I noticed that the leather was crumping together.
What does that mean?
The leather coming together. Like
Put your hand down.
It was poking together.
I don't know what you
I have
mean.
pictures. I
Okay,
can show
let's
you.
see pictures.
I can
so that
show you better than I can explain it.
Why don't you come on over here so that you can point out for me what you mean?
Right here.
Right here. Okay, so show me what you mean.
Okay, this is the undamaged sofa in my house.
Is that a different sofa than the one they
that's
did?
the sofa, but this is when it first arrived.
Okay,
In good condition.
okay.
So now, here's the damaged area.
But what? Show me the damaged area. What is it you're saying?
This area. And
But what? I don't see anything. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. You're saying that there's extra fabric there?
it's
Is
like,
that what you mean by bunching?
yes, it's just in a lump. And the other, it's a picture here that is worse. It's like this.
But didn't it arrive that way?
No, it did not.
Because that's sort of like in the stitching, isn't it? Like, I'm not sure what. Let me see those. Okay, go ahead and go back.
Thank you.
When did you first hear that your customer was unhappy?
She came back about 3 to 4 weeks later, said that I brought up a leather cushion to show what she was saying that was wrong with
Come on up here with the leather cushion.
It's not the same exact from that couch, but just to show what her complaint was, just that when you sit on it,
Come on over here.
that it just, you want me to bring this too?
Yeah. No, I just want you to come over. Yes, I want the evidence. Go ahead.
No, just when you sit on it, like, she just, when you press on it, just crinkles up. Anytime you sit on your rear end on a leather, you're gonna have creases on the edges when you sit down
Right.
on a leather.
Is that what you told her you were unhappy about? That when you sat on it, it wrinkled?
Yes.
And your response to this is?
She's saying it's damaged, but it's not damaged because anytime you sit on leather, that's what happens.
This is what she's complaining about. So what do you suppose that is then?
That's just the leather, the stitching around the leather.
Is there something wrong with that stitching?
And it's a brand new set, not at all.
Did any of you guys ever go over to her house to look at it?
No, but I offered to send an upholstery man to go and look at it, and she said she didn't want that. She wanted her money back.
Okay, did they offer to have somebody go look at it to see if it...
No,
A
no
man
one
had
ever
offered-
contact me. No, no.
So when you buy a sofa, as you sit on it, does the leather naturally bunch up in the back or in the middle?
Never, never. Only pleather would bunch up.
Would pleather bunch up?
Pleather would possibly bunch up.
Everybody agree? Would leather bunch up when you sit on it?
I think so. It bunches up.
It doesn't bunch up? Who's going to get the last word here?
It doesn't bunch up unless it is exposed to too much moisture.
Oh, that's an interesting theory. So the moisture would probably be caused by the owner.
Yes, being negligent.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
If that's the stitching on that one place there, what would be the remedy? It'd be to return it, right, and get another one?
Yeah, that would probably be.
Because that would be a manufacturer thing if it's
Right,
a stitching. It
right.
has nothing to do with wear or anything else.
But I wanted to send the...
To confirm that, because he's the one who's got to say that that's what it is. You can't
Right.
do that from a picture. Did she
Right.
have pictures to show you that day?
No.
But like, and this is the picture that bothers me the most. It appears that there might be something wrong with the stitching. Right there, that it's bunching up, that the way it was stitched, not when you sit on it, leather crinkles, because that's natural, of course,
Right.
but that the stitching might be off. Now, if it's not a stitching problem, if the leather just, you sit on it and then there's a little bit of wrinkle here, a little bit, that's leather. That's the stuffing in the thing. That's how leather is. So the only thing that would give you a remedy in court is if the stitching was somehow off. I can't really tell from this picture. I really wish that you had the couch in your pocket and I could look at it and feel it and whatever. But, if in fact it was a stitching and that was something that was subpar to you, why did you inspect the merchandise and sign that it was A-okay?
The merchandise was perfect when.
Then it's not the stitching. Then it is. Then fine. This picture is deceiving me a little,
perfect.
making it look to me like it's a stitching when it's actually just that the leather is bunching, just like you said.
But can I just say something,
Yeah.
Your Honor? She was never in that store, and she never called my house.
And she never said, "I'll send somebody out."
No,
there.
she never
never
said
called your
that.
house. I didn't say called
no
your house.
one
We
from
offered to send
Who's
an
we?
Yeah.
The salesperson that sold her.
That's
the
what he's telling you. I want you to listen, though,
Okay.
because it's a
Yeah.
customer service issue.
Yes.
She is, I believe her, because she's shocked that you're saying that guy never offered that to her. So you might want to talk to him.
I could offer it now if she'd like.
To send
And
somebody over
and
there to
check
take a
it,
look?
Just to take a look at it, yes.
Yeah, you guys can talk about that in the hallway. Over here, my verdict is for the defendant. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Verdict for the defendant. Let's see what the plaintiff thinks of those words.
I don't think it was fair, but I'm glad I filed the
Wait,
claim.
stay here with me now. Come here. She said she'll send somebody over even now to check the sofa out. How about that deal?
Why now? Why
Why
didn't
not?
she send it a long time ago?
Well, she did. Well, how about now? Are you willing to let her send somebody over and remedy the situation for
All
you?
right, she can
All right.
do that.
Okay. All right. Right down this way. Okay.
Thank you.
You will. Thank you. All right. So step on in here. What's your feeling on what went down in there?
I didn't understand her complaint to begin with, but where customers are always right, we'd like to help our customers, and I'd like to send her somebody if she's not happy and take care of
The
her.
customer's always right. Isn't that
That's
how
right.
you stay in business in
Yes,
this world
that's
today?
correct. That's
so
correct.
you're going to contact her and have that person over.
Yes,
how
I will.
fast?
Tomorrow.
Harvey?
Okay, you know what? This happens a lot where we have these situations where you buy something, you take it home, and it's not easy to take back to the store. It really is a good idea to force the issue on both sides that the merchant should come over to the house if it's too hard to move this stuff back to the store. And the merchant needs to eyeball the product before you go into court. You could end up settling it. It would be so easy to do. And for some reason, people don't do it. If you're the customer, let the merchant come in the house, let the merchant eyeball it. You can solve the problem short of going to court.